Welcome to my channel where we discuss everything and all things politics, especially about the 2023 presidential election. And I want us to look at the opinion polls that was done before the 2023 presidential election. And I want to show here that those opinion polls were accurate and they were right in projecting that Peter Obi will win. And I make bold to say that Peter Obi actually won the 2023 presidential election in Nigeria. And I will show you why and how in this video. Let's go. Now, before we go further, if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. You see, opinion polling is a scientific endeavor. It is based on practical experimentation of data, collection of data and analysis. In most of the opinion polls that was done in Nigeria before the 2023 presidential election, including the opinion polls that was done by premise data for Bloomberg News Corporation in America, that projected that Peter Obi will win. Bloomberg did two opinion polls which they commissioned premise data to do for them. In all those opinion polls, Peter Obi was the leading candidate to win the election. Now, premise data and Bloomberg, that these are not Nigerians, are not the only ones that did opinion polls, as we all know. There was an opinion poll that was done by We Together Foundation. Peter Obi again won. The percentage points of Peter Obi was higher than of another candidate. There was an opinion poll that was done by Next Year Polls. Next Year Polls did rural community opinion poll. This time around, in this opinion poll, they went to only villages. They didn't interview anybody in the urban center. Still, Obi won. Of course, it was a surprise to many because before then, many people have been projecting that Peter Obi is only being only known in the urban center, that people in the rural communities don't know them, that in the hinterlands of Nigeria, that nobody knows Peter Obi, nobody knows Labour Party. But that next year opinion poll revealed that they really know him, because the opinion poll was basically done in the rural communities of Nigeria. They didn't carry it out in anywhere that is urban. Now, after that, next year also did another opinion poll, which they call face-to-face opinion poll in the 6 geopolitical zones. Peter Obi was the leading candidate. It was published, reported in newspapers everywhere. Then the stairs polls was also done. The stairs poll also projected Peter Obi victory, leading Tinubu of the People's of All Progressive Congress and atiku of the People's Democratic Party. Then the NOI and ANAP poll, the NOI and ANAP Foundation poll was also done. They did their own twice. In those two occasions, Peter Obi was the leading candidate. In the last one that was released a few weeks to the presidential election, Peter Obi's lead in southeast was wide. The margin he was leading Tinubu, Atiku Abakar, and all the rest was indeed very huge, very huge. Even though at that time Tinubu has started doing well, but even in southwest, Tinubu was only beating Peter Obi by only 1%. Peter Obi was running neck to neck with Aswad Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the southwest. With just 1 percentage point. Now you discover that Peter Obi literally locked down south, southeast, and north central, especially the north central area of Nigeria, with the exception of Niger State and Kwara State. Peter Obi was also doing well did well in the northwest, but those were not his areas of strength. But generally he did well in the middle belt, the projections. And because Peter Obi was doing so well and giving gaps in his areas of strength, and the margin that Tinubu used in winning his area of strength, which was southwest, was so small in respect of Peter Obi's Labour Party. It was obvious that Peter Obi is primed to win the election, because already the northeast and northwest the votes are being shared among the Muslim candidates. That is Aswad Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Atiku Abakar, and Rabiu Kwankwaso. So it was going to be a smooth sail for Peter Obi to win this election. And there's a very likelihood that Peter Obi won this election. And it's now left for the court to prove it. And to ensure that Peter Obi did not win, those who rigged the election made sure that Peter Obi is put at number 3 position, so that he may find it difficult to prove that he won the election. But they forgot that 2023 is not 2007 or 2011 or 2015. That are digital trails following all the votes from the polling units. So what they did was, I can tell you for free that the opinion poll was their guide in rigging the election. They were dismissing this opinion poll that it doesn't matter. Don't forget, by the time these opinion polls were coming out, Peter Obi has no councillor, he has no chairman of local government, Labour Party has no governor, has no House of Reps member, he has no nothing. Of course, that's why they deride them, say that they have no structure, they have nothing. Even Atiku Abakar did say so. That it has nothing, knows nothing. But the opinion polls, those who are doing it, because they are scientific, they were actually right. And the result, even the doctored results by INEC, still shows that Peter Obi was primed to win this election, and that he did win this election until it was manipulated. And one of their way of manipulating it is making sure that they cut Peter Obi's votes, suppression of his votes, and adding his votes to Aswad Bola Ahmed Tinubu in some states, and making sure that he got 3rd position. I've already done a video where I showed how Peter Obi will move from 3rd position to 1st position when the votes will be counted, when the votes will be tabulated again at the Supreme Court. And all those votes, humongous votes that were allocated to Aswad Bola Ahmed Tinubu, will be discovered to be padded votes that he didn't merit or earn. It will become obvious to Nigerians. Now, this opinion poll was what they used in rigging out Peter Obi. Because even though they were dismissing those opinion polls, they said these are online polls, it doesn't mean anything. These are online voters, online poll, that their supporters are not online, that they are also. But meanwhile, all of them are sleeping online, paying influencers to project them. But they keep on telling you that online doesn't matter. Of course, many of the opinion poll, many of the opinion polls were scientific. They were scientific, very scientific, and it reflected in the election at the end of the day, because you can see how Peter Obi locked down southeast and south. Forget about the figures you are seeing in the south. Peter Obi won all the states in the south. It will be proven when the votes are recounted or the votes are retabulated at the tribunal. It will become clear. They just manufactured votes in the south and added to Aswad Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Atiku Abubakar. Now, look at southwest. Peter Obi was giving Aswad Bola Ahmed Tinubu a run for his money. What did they do in the southwest? They made sure that Peter Obi's vote was suppressed so that he would come third position in the southwest and even struggle to get 25% in some of the southwest states, which is illogical, given the fact that Peter Obi has massive support in the southwest. But look at the result that INEC released. Of course, I don't now have to repeat it here, but I need to. You know that it was because of Peter Obi that INEC did not allow the transmission of presidential election result from the polling units to the IRF. It was because of Peter Obi. Because they saw it coming. And the only way they can suppress Peter Obi from emerging is to make sure that the result from the polling units for the presidential election on no account was uploaded to the IRF from the polling units. You can see that in that election, they were able to upload the result of senatorial candidates and House of Reps candidates. Their results were uploaded. But the code to upload the presidential election was never released. It was hidden by INEC official. Because what happened was not a technical glitch as they want Nigerians to believe. Because if it was a technical glitch, at least there would have been some beavers machine that could have been able to send some of the presidential election results from their polling units. But you can see that it was nationwide. It was like a total blackout of presidential election result. And that was to give them the opportunity to allegedly manipulate the figures so that they could be able to announce their preferred candidate as the winner. And you can see how hurriedly they did it. They didn't even give chance for a review. Right now, you can see that they are allowing chance for a review of election, of the governorship election in Adamawa, in Kebbi, in Abia State, in Enugu State. This same law that allowed these reviews allowed it in the presidential election. But INEC chairman Mahmoud Yakubu was in a hurry to deliver on the job that he must have promised them that he would deliver, come what may. The rate he hurried to announce the result, It was like a movie in which you see the mafia don putting a gun on the head of somebody to do the job, or yet the head will be blown off. That was the kind of rush that you see. That was the kind of scenario that obviously played out. Because there was nothing to explain why, despite the objections by the opposition political parties for a review of the result, because of the discrepancies between what was being announced and what is allegedly on the RF and other infractions notice. So that was how they hurriedly announced Aswad Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the winner, and then tell everybody to go to court. The review that Yakubu promised that he will do when Dino Melaye, one of the agents of the PDP at the National Collection Center, draw attention to. He said they will look at it. He said they will look at it, that it will be looked at after the collection. He never did. He came back in the wee hours of the morning and announced, made a declaration that Aswad Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been declared winner and returned elected. And to be frank with you, the opinion, the pollsters who was able to project Peter Obi accurately, they deserve thumbs up. Nigerians need to give them thumbs up. You can see even from the allegedly doctored INEC results, Peter Obi won 12 states. Aswad Bola Ahmed Tinubu won 12 states. Atiku won 12 states. Now, it shows you that these pollsters were accurate and that Peter Obi was on the verge of winning this election and that he actually won this election. Of course, which is now there for the court to prove it. So I can tell you for free that the opinion polls were correct that Peter Obi will win the 2023 presidential election, and he did win it. And I believe that when the votes are tabulated, Peter Obi will emerge victorious. If they want to do justice to it, he will emerge victorious. If you have been following my channel, I was the first person to say that Aswad Bola Ahmed Tinubu has no pathway to victory. And I stand by it. There was no pathway for Aswad Bola Ahmed Tinubu to win the 2023 presidential election. I was the person that projected that Tinubu will lose Lagos. Go and check my old videos. I said, there is no pathway. If not for the Wuru and Mago and that they did, Aswad Bola Ahmed Tinubu would have come a distant third in this election. That is the fact. And I believe that when the real results are tabulated, if they have not destroyed them, if the real results, because now I understand that some of the results being uploaded are even deliberately blurred, that you can't even see what was written on them. But I hope that if they can get digital experts who can be able to decipher the figures in all those, it will be proven that Aswad Bola Ahmed Tinubu will come a distant third, especially after the votes from Peter Obi that was allegedly added to his own votes. You know the situation in Rivers State, which Obi himself has given the figures that shows that he won it. But Aswad Bola Ahmed Tinubu was announced as the winner of Rivers State. You know the situation in Benue State. Peter Obi won it. He has already presented some data at the tribunal to show that he won it and all that. And when people begin to ask, how can somebody who came third claim that he won the election. Just wait. When the real results are tabulated and all the padded votes given to Tinubu, both in Lagos and elsewhere, are cut off, you see his real figures will become obvious and it will become clear that he didn't win. That's the truth. So, but for the manipulation of the election, right from the refusal to transmit the result from the polling units and the deliberate suppression of Peter Obi's votes and the allocation of his votes to Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, both in the southwest and many parts of the country, including in parts of South and the Middle Belt, and even in the Northwest, because there are indications that Peter Obi's votes were not properly tabulated. They were suppressed, even in the North. People keep deceiving themselves that Northwest didn't vote for Peter Obi. It's not true. It's not true. So you discover that the opinion polls were right. Peter Obi was projected to win, and he actually won the election before it was manipulated. Now, the onus is now on the Labour Party and Peter Obi to prove how this thing was done. And we just hope that technology will help them to be able to prove it. But in terms of the opinion pollsters, they were accurate. They were right. They were right, absolutely right. Because even those who won now on the INEC announced result know in their heart of hearts, in their conscience, they are not the winners. So we have to hail our pollsters. They did well, both those outside Nigeria and those inside Nigeria. They were fantastic. The projections were right. It was only that INEC, in collaboration with the ruling party, manipulated the process. And now it is left for the courts to either correct these anomalies or the Nigerians will live with it for the next 4 years. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you.